Hello, I'm Laura. It's Thursday, December 11th, 2025, and these are today's Heartlines. Our theme for Heartlines this week is peace. And today we are focused on a simple but profound message. Give peace. Give peace. Why this particular message? Perhaps it has something to do with what has been happening in our world these days. For example, Hamas wants more pressure on Israel to stop shelling Gaza before agreeing to a second phase of the peace deal there. President Trump is pressuring President Zelensky to agree to a peace deal with Russia in which much of Ukraine would be given over to Russia. The Nobel Peace Prize winner, Maria Corina Machado, didn't make her own ceremony. She sent her daughter, but she didn't make her own ceremony because she's been in hiding and couldn't quite get there. And in the meantime, there have been many protests in Oslo about giving the Nobel Prize to someone who supports President Trump and his war-threatening activities against Venezuela. The University of Kentucky has had a school shooting in which one student has been killed. And in the Sudan, the paramilitary group Rapid Support Forces is attacking schools and school children with drones, and many are dying. So our world is crying for peace. And what is ours to do in such a world? It is to give peace. Our wonderful writer for today, Akosua Washington Woods, has said, we want peace in our personal lives, in our spiritual communities, and in our world community. We know there are spaces with no peace, so what do? Then she goes on to say, we can listen to our heart and soul space. We can sit still and breathe. We can meditate in silence and pray. We can reach out our hands and hold on to each other. We can affirm that despite our differences, we are all in this together. These are ways that we have of giving peace to ourselves and to others. And they remind me of something that author Eric Butterworth wrote in his book, Spiritual Economics, because there is an economy of peace in our world as well. Eric said that we are to give peace, and as we give, as Jesus said, we receive. He said, get the feeling of being in a channel for the flow of good. Think of your work as giving. Think of every relationship as an opportunity to give. Give to your children. Give to your neighbors. Give to passers-by on the street. Think, give. And I would add, think, give peace. And we are going to begin that way of thinking by giving peace to ourselves for a moment right now as we take a deep breath, close our eyes, and focus on this idea. I build a peaceful world by giving peace when I can, where I can, to whom I can. I build a peaceful world by giving peace when I can, where I can, to whom I can. And so it is. So, you may have heard my husband rustling around a little bit in the background as he quietly as possible makes his way through our house doing what he needs to do in a peaceful way. So when we give peace where we can, when we can, to whom we can, it really helps to build a more peaceful world. So when you see the need for peace, share peace through your words, through your actions, and through your smile. Thank you for being with me and taking a moment for giving peace to yourself today, because as you give it to yourself, you give it to your world, and as you give it to your world, you receive it once again for yourself. Have a wonderful day.